Welcome to Inside Ag. I'm your host, Savannah Peterson. This week, we're diving into the Rural Kansas Apprenticeship Program, or RKAP. RKAP is a Kansas Farm Bureau program which is designed to help agricultural businesses find apprentices. In this episode, we will be talking about why RKAP is a great fit for students, but also is a wonderful opportunity for people to find full-time employment. Joining me today is Kylie Stout, the director of the RKAP program, as well as Brenna Eiler, the talent manager for Ag Partner Co-op, who recently acquired an apprentice. Ladies, welcome to Inside Ag. Kylie, can you give us an overview of the RKAP program? Why is it so important for Kansas Farm Bureau?
Yeah, RKAP stands for Rural Kansas Apprenticeship Program, and Kansas Farm Bureau created this program because we continued to hear from our members across the state that the biggest challenge they face is hiring and retaining skilled labor. The U.S. Department of Labor has done some research that shows employers who utilize an apprenticeship program will have a 92% employee retention rate. And that's pretty large retention number. So we're piggybacking off of that research and created our apprenticeship program. Apprentices are full-time W-2 employees. They're hired by the employer, and the apprenticeship goes through about a year-long program with a minimum of 2,000 hours, and 144 hours of that is educational on-the-job learning. So Kansas Farm Bureau's role is we are in what's called an intermediary with the state, which means that we work with the Kansas Office of Registered Apprenticeship to get the apprenticeship occupation approved. We manage the necessary paperwork and ongoing reporting that the state requires. And then we also help monitor and track the apprenticeship progress through a software program. Our goal is to make it easier for employers to participate in the apprenticeship program. So we develop customized programs for employers, similar to like a job description, which outlines what those 2,000 hours of on-the-job learning will be. And then we also help the employer determine what that 144 hours of related technical instruction will look like. And a lot of times our employers already have some of that HR onboarding and training outlined. So apprenticeships are attractive to employees because of a few different things. We offer wage progression. So the apprentice will easily be able to see the goals that they need to achieve in order to earn a raise or advance in their career. It's also great for employees to see that their employer is invested in their career and longevity at the company. Once an apprentice completes the apprenticeship program, they will earn a certificate of completion and have that sense of pride and accomplishment in having successfully gone through a training program, which now would give them the credentials to show that they are a skilled professional on the job. One of the unique benefits to working with us through RKAP is that we can utilize Kansas Farm Bureau's vast network through the state to boost an employer's visibility in hiring for these apprenticeship opportunities. Our employers benefit from RKAP's marketing abilities to amplify the pool of potential applicants, and we provide the ability to recruit from new places.
Awesome. Well, this program really encompasses a lot of different people and it has great benefits for both businesses and students. I kind of want to dive into the business side of things, Kylie. What type of businesses are best suited for the RKAP program?
So we can work with any business in rural Kansas that is struggling to hire, train, and retain their employees. We can also work with any business tied to agriculture in an urban community. We've been working with a couple different co-ops across the state, but our process in developing an apprenticeship program is transferable to really any business who wants to work with us. We're starting talks with a rural grocery store who needs help designing an apprenticeship program for their meat butcher. We're also working with a manufacturing plant, so the possibilities are endless there.
And then kind of the same question, but more towards the students. Which students are you encouraging to apply or kind of best suit this apprenticeship pathway?
Graduating high school seniors, like I mentioned, these positions are full-time W-2 employees, so they have to be able to work 40 hours a week as the employer would expect them to. Anyone that just wants a full-time job, you don't necessarily have to have agriculture background. That's what the apprenticeship is for. They'll train you, you'll learn what it takes to be successful in your career.
Awesome. Okay, Brenna, you work with Ag Partners, and Ag Partners is recently associated with the RKAP program. What excites you about this program, or what kind of drew your company to RKAP?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, happy to be here and happy to be partnering with this program. It's been another great avenue for us, something new that we started and are excited to see it grow. Mainly for us, it's just another avenue, help us with our labor challenges in rural America. I know it's something a lot of us are facing, and so we figured this could be another avenue to help with that. Hoping to attract local talent to a new career path. There would be them wanting to change their career, enter a new career. We think the apprenticeship program is a great avenue to do that. And just as a cooperative, always looking to partner with other businesses, other co-ops, local or not. As a co-op, we like to partner and grow our relationships with other businesses, other people. And so the more we can work together through these challenges, the better off we are. So hoping to better each other, better all the businesses in the area, to bring back people to the rural area and face those rural labor challenges. We're committed to supporting agriculture in our rural communities. And so far, it's been a great community to be a part of. Everybody we work with has been great so far, and we're excited to see where it goes.
Absolutely. Kylie, you mentioned this a little bit earlier, but what are the expectations for the host company, people kind of like Brenna at Ag Partners?
Yeah, we hope that our host businesses don't have to do too much legwork. That's what our job here at RKAP is. Host businesses pay a small service fee to work with us, and the expectations of the businesses would be pretty small because we hope we're alleviating that work for them so that they can participate in an apprenticeship program. So it's never our intention to tell a business how to hire or how to run their operation or how much to pay their apprentices. We are just offering a business service which we know will help our employers' ability to hire, train, and retain those employees. When a person applies for a job, they want to see clear structure and expectations laid out. They want to know how they will learn to do their job. They want to see that the employer is investing into their employees. And so RCAP was designed to help our employers tackle those questions.
And Brenna, at Ag Partners, you have recently accepted a new apprentice who is getting ready to start their journey in May. What do you hope your apprentice learns at Ag Partners, or what kind of skills is he going to be working with?
Yes, we are very excited to hire our first apprentice as a custom applicator here shortly. Very excited for that. And so ultimately, we hope to equip them with the skills to, first of all, advance their career and return value. The big goal of ours is to help them find their niche, find their career. And so through technical hands-on training, through classroom training, through mentorship, we hope to really help them advance their career and help them be happy with what they're doing while returning value to Ag Partners. We want them to feel a part of our Ag Partners team. We want them to see all avenues of the business. And like I said, help them find their true calling for their career. That's ultimately what we want all of our employees to do when they're here with us. And the opportunities in Ag are endless, whether it be what they started, it's not always what they ended, but we hope to give them a rewarding career, serving our customer owners and contributing to the bigger picture, just feeding the world in agriculture.
You talked a lot about like having a mentor through this program, and that's maybe one thing that we should touch on. Like when people show up to this apprenticeship, how does the learning take place?
So at RCAP, we let the employers define who the apprentice's mentor will be. And that mentor is really another term for what we like to call a journey worker. Journey worker is someone who is skilled in the job already. Maybe that's through credentials themselves that they've earned or years experience. And that person is really the person who will be taking them through the program, showing them the ropes, allowing the apprenticeship the opportunity to ask questions as time goes on. But really, we like the employers to be included in who that person will be. And maybe there's a few journey workers to one apprentice, which is just sweetening the pot for those apprentices.
Yeah, absolutely. Even for our apprentice, I know it's been something that we've talked about. Obviously I like how Kylie said, it might not just be one mentor, but multiple people within the company. People have different expertise, but yes, having a mentor for that apprentice to go to when they have questions, just need someone to talk to, is very valuable, especially when they're starting out.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like your apprentice is going to have a great start to his career. Kylie, for students involved in this program, what does their timeline look like? What are they all expected to be involved in and do while being an apprentice?
From a student's perspective, they are coming to their job every day and working normal 40-hour weeks. Those hours are set by the employer. Their timeline is just like starting to show up for a job and working throughout the 2,000 hours, and then working to develop and obtain those 144 hours of related technical instruction. By the time an apprentice completes the position, or the apprenticeship program, they should be hired as full-time employees and just continue on as in the job that they have already been working.
How long are they supposed to be working at the apprenticeship before they can kind of, I guess, graduate from the program?
Yeah, so we mentioned these are registered apprenticeships, so they are approved through the state, and there are certain standards that the program has to meet in order to be an approved registered apprenticeship. The minimum hours are 2,000 hours, which equates to about a year, but we do have some programs that can range from 1 year to 4 years. It just is dependent on each employer's program needs. And the 144 hours are kind of mixed in there of the related technical instruction. So
From the employer standpoint, what does the timeline and process look like?
we try to simplify the process. We'll have 1 to 2 discovery calls. From there, our team develops the document called an Appendix A, which is like a detailed job description. We help outline the specific job duties that the apprentice will complete and estimated hours needed to complete those. We also help develop the RTIs, or related technical instruction, and we identify the local sources where the education components could come from. The businesses that work with us help us to identify who the apprentice's mentor will be and how much the apprentice will be paid. And again, we don't tell them how much they need to pay their apprentices. Once the program is approved by the state, then we help with some advertising and press releases to help get an apprentice hired fairly quickly. From there, the business can step back and let our tracking software monitor the apprentice's progress until the apprentice has put in the minimum 2,000 hours. And we'll celebrate the apprentice's hard work with a small ceremony. They'll get that certificate of completion, and then we help them celebrate and transition into just a regular full-time W-2 employee.
Brenna, so kind of back to talking about your recent apprenticeship hire. You guys hired a recent high school graduate. Talk more about why you are focusing on high school students and the benefit that it has as they start their career.
Yeah, absolutely. So like I said, apprenticeships, they're obviously geared towards anybody. We have specifically tried to target more that high school audience, high school graduates that are looking for their future career, whether it be post-secondary education or jumpstarting their career. So we have realized that there is sometimes a void of students not knowing exactly what they want to do after high school. Something we've started to see more and more. And like I said, with the ever-changing society, the way it is, post-secondary education might not be for everybody, and that's okay. And so in a local community, we want to be a resource for those people that might not want to do post-secondary education and want to start their career right in their back door. So that's kind of something we have started to target more, is being more involved in the schools, contacting those students, giving them resources, giving them options for them to consider. Yeah, we've tried to give kind of that image of earn while they learn. So they are still getting a certificate, like Kylie has mentioned, at the end of their program. So it is still rewarding, I think, for a high school student to kind of go through a program, get paid while you do it, still do technical training, still do classroom training, and get a certificate at the end of it. It's still rewarding to the student, even if they don't do the college route, post-secondary route. They're still making something for themselves. They're building their resume. They're building their career. It's just a new avenue that we're able to give those students as an option of what to do next.
Yeah, I mean, Brenna hit the nail on the head. Our growing world has always required people with all sorts of talents, and it probably always will. We need skilled labor in all fields of work, and we recognize that each person should find their own path. College might not be that path for everyone, but RKAP is a great route for anyone that wants to set themselves up for success in a career that can turn into a lifelong career and possible job opportunities down the road. So that on-the-job training and learning where you get that one-on-one training from a mentor is invaluable. And we think that RKAP is working towards fulfilling that goal of addressing the labor shortage in a unique way because of that.
Okay, you both kind of have talked about this, but what other learning benefits and how people learn and what they can gain from hands-on learning through this RKAP program for students interested in hands-on learning and maybe not going the traditional college route? Why should they look into the RKAP program? What's your last little plug?
I think the biggest thing that, an apprenticeship or the RKAP program can offer is it's very hands-on. Students or anybody is able to see it very firsthand and do the classroom and technical instruction together. Instead of being in the traditional classroom all the time, not knowing what's out there, not knowing what all career options are available and what they all entail. I think the apprenticeship program does a great job of showing the hands-on and the technical together. So you're still doing both. I think that hands-on piece is super important. And I just think the networking and career building that apprenticeships offer, you're in the business, you're in the real world. So your opportunities to network with your mentor and with people inside the business is invaluable. And you never know where that will lead you in your future. So
when you become an apprentice, you agree to let the program teach you how to do your job. And that experience of being taught by a mentor that has that experience under their belt is really invaluable. You'll be getting paid the whole time while you're learning. And, the great thing about RKAP is while we work with multiple employers, that also means that we design multiple programs. Right now, we're working on a program for an upper level management position. At the same time, we're working on a general farmhand occupation. We're also working on transitioning those occupations to obtaining their CDL drivers, sprayer licensing. And so these apprenticeships are kind of across the board and lots of opportunities for no matter what field you want to get into and no matter what, occupation that you see yourself advancing into as well. If I were a young adult about to graduate high school, I would be seriously considering an apprenticeship because it truly is the best of both the working and the college worlds.
Kylie, for anybody interested in getting involved in RKAP, whether they're a business wanting to hire some apprentices or students looking for a new learning opportunity, where should they go to find more information?
Great question. If you are an employer who thinks RKAP might be able to help address your labor shortage, you can email me directly at stoutek@kfb.org. And anyone looking for a full-time job should check out our website. It's www.kfb.org/RKAP. Our website showcases our open apprenticeship opportunities across the state, and it also further details exactly what an apprenticeship is. You can also always check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram for any new exciting news and announcements.
Perfect. All right, ladies, is there anything else you'd like to maybe discuss today?
I would just like to add, like I said in the beginning, I think if you're even exploring the options of apprenticeships, definitely take a look into it. The way we looked into it, it's been very valuable for us, and we're very excited that we did it, and we're very excited to see where it goes. Our RKAP program has been great. Who we worked with has been great, and we're very excited for our first apprentice for Ag Partners coming on here shortly, and hope to get more in the future.
Kylie and Brenna, thank you both so much for joining me here on Inside Ag and all that work that you do to help students find their niche within agriculture and help businesses find the next generation of workers. This sounds like a wonderful opportunity for both students and employers. Again, I'm your host, Savannah Peterson, here on Inside Ag. If you like this episode, be sure to share it with your friends.